Every gardener dreams of soil so alive and fertile that plants practically leap out of the ground. The kind of soil where roots grow deep, water clings just enough, and every seedling transforms into a healthy, fruit-laden plant. The truth is, most soils fall short. They're compacted, drained of nutrients, or simply lifeless. But there's one powerful secret that can flip the script on your garden's productivity: biochar. This ancient yet modern soil booster is transforming gardens worldwide, delivering stronger plants, higher yields, and soil that only gets better with time. What biochar really is and why it matters. Biochar is not just charcoal. While it looks similar, it's far more valuable in the garden. It is carbon-rich material made by burning organic matter like wood, crop residues, or husks under low oxygen conditions. This process locks carbon into a stable form that does not break down quickly, unlike compost or manure that decomposes over time. That means when you add biochar to your soil, you're adding a long-lasting soil structure enhancer that can remain effective for decades. What makes biochar truly remarkable is its porous structure. Under a microscope, it looks like a sponge filled with millions of tiny cavities. These pores give biochar the ability to hold water like a reservoir and trap nutrients instead of letting them wash away. Even better, those pores become homes for beneficial microbes, fungi, and bacteria that keep soil alive and plants thriving. How biochar transforms poor soil. If you have sandy soil, you know how fast water and nutrients vanish. Biochar fixes that by holding onto both, releasing them gradually to the roots. If you have clay soil, you've likely battled compaction and poor drainage. Here, biochar creates air pockets, improving structure so roots can breathe and expand. And if your soil is already rich, biochar acts like a savings account, storing nutrients for later use, keeping the soil balanced, and protecting it against degradation. The result is soil that doesn't just support growth, it supercharges it. Gardeners who use biochar consistently report stronger root systems, more resilient plants, and crop yields that far exceed their usual harvests. How to activate biochar before adding it to soil. One of the biggest mistakes new users make is adding raw biochar directly into the soil. Biochar by itself is like a sponge that has not yet absorbed water. If you drop it in raw, it will pull nutrients from your soil and compete with your plants. The key is to charge or activate it first. The simplest and most effective method is to soak biochar in a nutrient-rich liquid. Compost tea, worm casting tea, or diluted liquid fertilizer works perfectly. A proven formula is to mix 1 part biochar with 1 part compost and add enough water to fully moisten the mix, about 2 liters of water for every kilogram of biochar and compost combined. Let this mixture sit for at least 2 weeks, turning it every few days so the biochar absorbs nutrients evenly. By the time you add it to your soil, it will be primed and ready to feed your plants instead of robbing them. How much biochar to use for maximum effect? Application rates depend on your soil and crops, but a safe starting point is 5 to 10% of your soil volume. In raised beds, this translates to about 2 to 5 gallons of activated biochar for every 25 gallons of soil. For garden plots, spread a layer of about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of biochar over the soil surface, and mix it into the top 6 to 8 inches. For potted plants, add 1 part activated biochar to 4 parts potting mix. This not only boosts plant health but also helps retain moisture, meaning you'll water less often. Pairing biochar with compost, well, it really leads to unstoppable growth. On its own, biochar is powerful, but when you pair it with compost, it becomes honestly just unstoppable. Compost brings organic matter and nutrients, while biochar provides structure and, a sort of microbial housing. Together, they create a living soil ecosystem that keeps getting better year after year. Think of compost as food for your soil and biochar as the stomach that digests and stores that food. A simple recipe is to mix equal parts biochar and compost, moisten it with water, and then let it sit for, say, 2 to 3 weeks before you use it. You can apply this blend directly into planting holes or spread it across your beds for long-term fertility. There are long-lasting benefits for a thriving garden here. Unlike fertilizers that just wash out with the rain, biochar stays stable for decades. That means every time you add it, you're really building a foundation of soil health that compounds over time. In the first season, you'll notice stronger plant growth and better yields, and in later seasons, you'll realize your soil holds water more effectively, resists erosion, and becomes naturally balanced. Even pests and diseases are less of a problem because healthier soil means healthier plants. Strong roots, steady nutrition, and improved microbial activity give plants the natural defenses they need to thrive without constant intervention. Why biochar is the future of sustainable gardening. Biochar is not just about bigger harvests. It's also about sustainability. Every batch of biochar locks carbon into the soil, preventing it from re-entering the atmosphere as carbon dioxide. By using it in your garden, you're not just growing more food, you're actually contributing to a healthier planet. And since biochar can be made from garden waste, pruning scraps, or fallen branches, it turns what would otherwise be waste into a powerful soil amendment. Your step-by-step plan to start today. So if you're ready to revolutionize your garden with biochar, here's how you can start immediately. First, source high-quality biochar or make your own from clean, untreated wood or crop residue. Next, activate it using compost or liquid fertilizer, following the formula of 1 part biochar to 1 part compost with 2 liters of water per kilogram. Allow it to sit and charge for about 2 weeks. Then, just mix it into your soil or potting medium at recommended rates. And don't forget to follow up by pairing it with compost throughout the season to maintain a thriving soil ecosystem. Final thoughts. Now, gardeners often look for silver bullets, fertilizers, growth hacks, quick fixes, but honestly, most of these give short-lived results. Biochar is different. It's a foundational, long-term solution that doesn't just feed your plants today, but keeps improving your soil year after year. It's the secret soil booster that delivers massive yields while making your garden healthier and more sustainable. If you found this guide valuable, don't keep it to yourself. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, share this with fellow gardeners, and join me in building gardens that not only feed us, but also heal our soils for generations to come.